I'm waiting.
Here's what I'm talking about. I love a good matchup that'll split the audience too, but this is Flash versus Bisu on Aztec, which is favored pretty heavily for Protoss versus Terran, by the way. And here we go. Except up at the 12 o'clock position in purple is Flash. That means down at the 8 o'clock position in teal is Bisu. Okay, guys, let's do this. I want all my Flash fans on the left. I want my Bisu fans on the right. All right, ready? Flash fans, raise your hands. Let me say you say what? But Bisu fans on the right, you know that Protoss is all right. Let's see you say what? Okay, I don't know what came over me there. But Bisu is down here mining minerals. Flash is up there mining minerals. This isn't exciting yet, but it will be soon. Trust me. It's Flash versus Bisu. How can it not be exciting? But Bisu is moving out with a probe. Oh, Bisu, you magnificent bastard! What are you going to do? Oh, it looks like he's just going to put down a forward pylon, which a lot of Protoss players are doing recently. They're going to put his gateway out front to be more aggressive than he would be normally. It's good to fight back early pushes from Terran too. But Flash finally drinking his motor oil, getting ready to go. And I think that is Flash's mama there in the audience. But alright, as I said, Aztec, Flash has had trouble on this map before. He lost on it against Cal in the last OSL. I think Cal went for a carrier build of some sort. And that was not a very good game, especially not for Flash, because he lost pretty horribly in that. But I've always felt that the losers of a game will get more out of it than the winners, because they'll be able to look back on their failings and say, okay, why did I fail? And move on, come up with better builds, and find a better way to work on the map. And I'm pretty sure that Flash has done that. I'm sure that Flash is trained pretty heavily on the last maps, because he knew he would be sent out last, if at all, so he probably devoted all of his energy to focusing on these maps, trying to get bring his excellent Flash level of play out on these particular maps. There's Fantasy praying there, saying, oh, I don't want to play, I want to watch TV, come on, Bisu. But Bisu still hanging around, going for that SCV that he managed to get down to red. Oh, will he be able to kill this SCV? No, that Flash does have the presence of mind to repair the SCV, so the SCV back to yellow, and it should be okay. But Bisu's won a couple of times against Terran players on this map. I don't remember the particular Terrans. But he's moving out with his first Zealot towards Flash's base. And since Flash is walling off inside of his natural, basically... I love Hoovy! Anyway, since Flash is walling off inside of his natural, it will be kind of difficult to fight this back. In fact, it'll probably be very difficult, because he has his barracks at the front pumping Marines. Only pumping one Marine. Oh, Flash! Oh, he only pumped that one... Oh, okay. Whew. He's pumping another Marine, but if he'd only had that one Marine by the time this Zealot came to the front, it would have been damn near impossible to fight back this freaking Zealot, but it's still going to be very tough. It looks like Flash is actually building a supply depot to make it easier, kind of wall himself in, and make it very tough for these Zealots to get anything done over here. But Bisu is pushing him with Zealots anyway. He already has another Zealot on the way to the base too. I see that snaking up the map. But now the probe goes down. Let's see if Flash can micro around well enough. Now, the second base is going to be delayed too, because Bisu is sniping all the SCVs that are trying to build that command center. And now he does have two Zealots in. Of course, the Zealots have to go the long way around. And okay, Flash is playing pretty smart now, getting between the buildings, making it a lot more easier. Not a lot more easier, to tackle these Zealots as they run around the natural expansion. The third Zealot on the way for Bisu. Bisu's going to have so many Zealots in here. Just a huge Zealot presence inside the main and the natural expansion, but it looks like Flash is microing around, trying to focus down these Zealots. Pretty good glitchy micro from Flash to take those down, though. But he's still going to have to get between the buildings. He is getting between his barracks and his supply depot, continuously pumping those Marines as well, so he can focus in on these Zealots. Just constant aggression for Bisu, but Bisu has been shut down, it seems, as he does have another Zealot working its way up, but there are some Marines out there for Flash to deal with this now. He's going to be a bit safer than he was earlier, and he's going to have the second base coming up. 2 more Marines go down somehow. Bisu took down 2 more Marines with a single Zealot. Not sure how that happened, but the factory is coming up now for Flash, but he's going to have to pump more Marines from his barracks because Bisu is not letting up at all. Bisu has his second base running now, and he's pumping nothing but Zealots. And here finally Flash is building a bunker. He should have probably had that earlier, a lot earlier, but now he's going to have that bunker. If Bisu doesn't snipe the SCVs that are building the bunker, he snipes one of the SCVs that's building the bunker, and he takes down 2 more Marines inside of the main before losing that Zealot there. So it's just more constant aggression from Bisu. Bisu, he's still coming in with Zealots. Eventually he's going to have to transition. He is going to. He has that Dragoon range spinning now, so he will have Dragoon soon. But he's just going all out with these freaking Zealots. Just Zealots, Zealots, Zealots. One inside the main, one at the natural, taking down another Marine. So the SKT bench is going crazy right now. They're saying, well, Bisu might just win this with just Zealots. But no, Bisu does have a Dragoon moving up, and he's going to need it because Flash is pumping a single Vulture from that factory just to deal. Yeah, he already has it out, actually. He has that Vulture there to micro around and kill these Zealots. And Flash is good enough to keep this Vulture alive. Oh, maybe. Took one more hit from the Zealots, but he took down all the Zealots inside the main that were causing him so many problems. But it's not like he's going to be able to move out or anything. He's repairing his single Vulture. Save me, Vulture. But he's not going to be able to move out because Bisu has his Dragoons out there. Oh, but Flash might be able to sneak by him, sneaking by the Dragoons. No, he does not. And the Vulture trying to run away. Vulture goes down. So Flash has nothing at the front except for probably a couple of Marines inside of that bunker. I hope that Flash has some Marines inside that bunker. Otherwise, he's going to die pretty horribly. Robotics facility coming up for Bisu, and the Citadel of Adun for Bisu on the other side. So no telling what he's going to come up with. It could be a Dark Templar drop, but I think more likely he's going to focus on getting to Arbiters from these 2 bases, which would hurt Flash so much. Oh man, this could be just awful for Flash, just losing so much early on. But any other Terran player, I think, would have gone down at this point in the game. But Flash is holding on, barely holding on. He has some troops out, and he's working on his siege. He does have his siege ready to go, so Flash is going to be okay to fight back these Dragoons. And now Bisu is going to have to back off, but he has a huge amount of Dragoons going. Quite a few gateways for Bisu now, I think, just looking at how many Dragoons there were. Yeah, he's building gateways everywhere. Now Raw out in the audience, representing his team. Yes, this is the team that technically now Raw is on, KT. It's good to see his face again. I thought he was in the military, but he's hanging around anyway. But alright, let's see what Bisu is up to. Has more gateways coming up, so he's going to go for a super aggressive attack soon, I think. It's going to be pretty difficult. Even though there are a limited amount of tanks for Flash, he does have the siege ready to go and to defend his front, so he's going to be okay as long as Bisu doesn't come in for Zealot bombs or anything. Well, the caster's standing up. They're excited, standing on their feet. I'm not going to do that. I won't be able to see the screen. I'll have to tilt it. God, it'll be a whole ordeal. But the starport at the front for Flash. Not sure why he's building it at the front. Probably just to do a little bit of extra blocking there. But he has to have his 3rd factory coming up as well. Trying to give himself a good unit presence in the map and be able to move out and take the middle, because it's exactly what he wants to do. Take that middle, keep Bisu out of the middle. But he has a couple of Goliaths actually to intercept a drop from Bisu. So if Bisu is going for a Dark Templar drop or anything, which is what he could be going for, saw the Citadel of Adun, that's going to be going up to the Templar Archives. 3rd base, by the way, for Bisu coming up at the 10 o'clock base. Yeah, the Templar Archives out there, but I see the Observer, nothing else, and the Stargate coming up. So I think this will be Arbiters for Bisu. He's going straight into Arbiters off of this. So Flash building his science facility at the front, building everything at the front, saying, okay, go for it, Bisu, come on. Push all your troops to the natural and get this done. But now Flash, he finds the Observer, scans it, but he was a little bit too far away with his Goliath. So he's going to have to waste another scan if he wants to take this down, and I don't think he's going to. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, he is going to. Scanning this to get rid of the Observer. He decides that's more important than potentially having to deal with Dark Templar, which Bisu could be going for too. But yeah, Flash doesn't really have anything in the means of detection except for his scan. But I think if he did do that double scan, he has a couple more scans in the tank ready to go. Oh, the Dark Templar from Bisu. He is going for Dark Templar at this front. So let's see if Flash does have... Oh, man. Does Flash have any scans left? After going for the scans before, Bisu's going to try to sneak by. And Flash is the... Oh, Flash scans. God, how did Flash know about that? Ridiculous, man. Takes out the Dark Templar. Wow, that's the Terminator for you. He saw the little glitch on the map. He said, that part of the ground looks like it's moving very curiously. So he scans and gets rid of everything. Oh, that's Flash for you. Always the all-knowing Eye of Sauron, cyborg Eye of Sauron. Man, Flash is insane. But Bisu is going for a 4th base. He already has the 3rd up, and he's building his 4th. And his 5th, I think. He's over at the 3 o'clock position building a Nexus over there as well. So he's going to try to heavily out-macro Flash. So Flash, if he wants to get something done, he's got to move out soon, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's moving out into the middle of the map. Going to try to take that, keep Bisu out of the middle, and work his way to the natural expansion, which will allow him to take down a couple of bases, actually. But he has his science vessel out already at the front to make it easier for him to spot Dark Templar, I think. But he'll be able to do some EMPs and maybe dismantle Bisu's army that way. But he is laying some mines around, taking the middle, make it harder for Bisu to do this around or anything. But yeah, Arbiter's on the way, Arbiter Tribunal, and the Stargate is already pumping for Bisu. So he has an Arbiter working his way up. So Flash, I'd say, is in trouble because he hasn't been able to put down his 3rd base yet. And he's dealing with Bisu, who will soon be a 5-base Protoss player. So Flash, he needs to work quickly, very, very quickly, to get something done. Bisu is hanging around with the scout, I think. I think he's going to try to go in there to scout soon with that probe. In fact, he's moving up right now. I saw that move on the mini-map. But now Flash, he has a bunch of factories going, so he's going to try to get it done with a nice timing push. But that's going to be so difficult. Fighting up this little choke area, going to be damn near impossible. So Flash, but he's still working his way down, trying to position his siege tanks where he could see that high ground. If he floats over with a building or something, he might end up building another engineering bay to float over or something, but he's already building supply depots out in the field, which is very characteristic of Flash. Oh, Bisu going for the snipe of the science vessel. He does snipe the science vessel. Nice presence of mind from Bisu. He sees that. He sees an opportunity, goes for it. He only lost a couple of Dragoons in the process, too, but he got rid of the science vessels. That means no EMPs, no defensive matrix, and Flash's defense kind of naked in the middle, even though he's building so many buildings out in the map. As I said, this is very characteristic of Flash, to use supply depots as a means of blocking. It's also very, very effective. But Bisu is moving out now. He's kind of trapped, actually, on the high ground. Bisu trying his best to get out of that high ground area and back onto the low ground so he can do a surround of Flash. But it's proving to be very difficult. But he has been able to do it. Yeah, gets rid of the tanks down there, so he is going to be able to flood down with all of his troops from the choke area. But now Bisu's moving up. He has his Arbiter at the front. So Flash, I don't know if he can do this. He doesn't have enough tanks. He does not have enough tanks to fight back Bisu. So he's going to have to use very clever tactics to drag mines or something into what Bisu has. But no, Flash running out of everything. Bisu. Bisu jumping up and down, bouncing in his seat like a 5-year-old. Like, yay! I beat the Terminator. And yeah, I think that Bisu's going to take this now because Flash, he doesn't have a 3rd base. He doesn't have anything really to fight back Bisu. So Bisu's going to win it for SKT. Wow. Almost a flawless game from Bisu, really. Started off with a massive aggressive play and just transitioned beautifully into so many gateways now, supported by lots and lots of bases. I thought he was taking a base over the 3 o'clock earlier, but I think he just put down a pylon there to block Flash from taking a base. Either way, it's looking like Flash is a little bit doomed. Flash is finally trying to take his 3rd base, and he's going to have to hold that high ground to do it. It's going to be somewhat of a miracle if he does manage to hold that 3rd base, because just the size of Bisu's army at this point. But Flash does have a nice minefield going. If Bisu is stupid and runs in with all of his Dragoons first or something, he'll be able to grind down the army a little bit easier. But no, Bisu is throwing out his Zealots first to do the mine drag. EMPs, a couple of EMPs and a defensive matrix from the science vessels on everything, but it's not going to be enough. Not nearly enough. Flash, oh Flash. He does still have that defensive matrix on that one tank. He does splash a lot of Dragoons, but Bisu is not letting up. That's it. The Terminator taps out. And Bisu takes it for SKTelecom T1. Wow. Nicely done by the Bruce Lee toss. Bork power, people. As always, a Bork power. Okay, this has been Nuke, a very exciting Winners League final, as always. I love Winners League so much. It's a shame that it's going away. This has been Nuke. I will be back soon with more videos. See you guys.